What I was thinking of was, oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
So far, the Acolyte is no good. The show has a bad relationship with logic and basic cause and effect. Characters are stupid beyond believability, and things just sort of happen without rhyme or reason just to progress the plot.
It's just dumb!
I want to highlight some of these issues I found in the first 4 episodes. But first, a quick summary.
100 years before the Empire, an assassin starts killing Jedi. The Order investigates. At first, they think it's former Jedi Osha, but later learn it's her twin sister May.
You have a twin sister.
The Jedi are suck. They're terrible at their jobs and are generally incompetent. We start right away with Master Indara. May challenges her to a fight, but she declines. So May starts clobbering everyone and anyone that happens to be standing near her. Indara takes her sweet time before doing anything. Seriously, she just stands there for a good while, watching these people get assaulted.
Wow, congrats! I don't give a fuck!
Then, after finally stepping in, she gets killed by a throwing knife. A Jedi Master dies from a small knife. A high-intensity lightsaber duel? No problem. Bombardment from droid blaster fire? Easy. A knife? Nope, don't got the reflexes to stop that. It's pathetic.
You really think I'm capable of betraying the Order, overpowering a Jedi Master, and murdering her?
Even if her sister was alive, May would not have the training to defeat a Jedi Master.
She is fast, but weak.
This girl could become a major threat.
She's not disciplined.
If a schmuck with knives can overpower a Jedi Master, who can't? So in the Acolyte, the Jedi are severely underpowered. Or are they? In episode 2, we meet Master Torben. Apparently, he's been silently meditating for over 10 years. When May tries to stab him, she's pushed back by a passive force wall. She can't do anything, and is forced to retreat and try again later. I don't think the writers realize how overwhelmingly OP this ability is. If every Jedi could do this, they'd be nigh invincible. May is only able to kill him because he's so guilt-ridden he's willing to drink poison in atonement. The show has the worst of both worlds. Jedi simultaneously have access to absolutely busted abilities, yet don't use them and are susceptible to the weakest attacks. It's no wonder the barely trained May kills 2 of them so easily. Speaking of May, the idea of this scrappy, under-trained Force user taking on and defeating these Jedi Masters is an interesting one, a potentially compelling villain underdog story. But the show doesn't justify it. May would need to use her wits and determination to make up for her limitations. She would have to struggle and strategize to overcome these Masters, but she doesn't. In fact, she's pretty inept. She sacrifices the element of surprise and limits herself to knives, rather than something more useful, like a blaster. She only kills Indara because she has the reflexes of a turtle, and Torben conveniently kills himself.
Suicide is badass!
The show also has a strange understanding of Jedi philosophy.
I was able to sense that creature, but I disturbed it, and now it's dead.
It's always an honor to get to witness anything or anyone transform into the Force.
Bro, that's like serial killer justification. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client only wanted the honor of witnessing that school bus of children turn into the Force.
I'm going to allow this.
Jedi mechanics don't fare too well either. Take Osha, the story's protagonist. She's trained 10 years to be a Jedi but left the Order 6 years ago. As a result, she's completely lost her access to the Force. Seriously, she can't even do a simple Force pull anymore.
That's not how the Force works.
Is 6 years of inaction enough to undo a decade of training? Apparently. But then she starts getting her abilities back out of nowhere.
I sense things again, in a way that gives me the courage to face her.
This is like a day after failing to do a simple Force pull. She hasn't started training again, but the story's decided she can have her powers back. It'll probably be important in upcoming episodes. After Indara's death, the Jedi begin an investigation to catch the killer. And at each step of the way, they falter. They get a physical description of the suspect. Osha matches it, and a witness identifies her. They take her to Coruscant for questioning. So far, it checks out. But then the Jedi Vernestra says,
The evidence against her is strong.
Wrong!
You only know the killer looked like Osha. That's all you got. And eyewitness testimony is notoriously bad. Osha also has a rock-solid alibi. She was on a Trade Federation ship when the murder happened. They would definitely know if someone sneaked off to another part of the galaxy for a kill quickie. The Jedi don't bother checking if this was the case.
It's just dumb!
And keep in mind, Osha has no motivation to kill Indara. But you know who does? Osha's twin sister May, that Osha's former Master Soul knows about. Does he mention this? No, it only comes up by chance.
Do you think that...
No, May is dead. I saw her die.
Then Osha says it was totally May, trust me bro, I dreamed it. And he's like,
I believe you.
While Osha is being transported, there's a prison break. All the prisoners but her are eventually recaptured by the Jedi. They lie and say Osha organized the breakout. Soul mind tricks one dude and learns Osha tried to save him when the ship started crashing. For some reason, he doesn't mind trick any of the others to ask whether Osha was actually the ringleader. This allows the Jedi to continue suspecting Osha, creating tension where there otherwise wouldn't be any. After Osha is eventually proven innocent, they go to Olega and find Master Torben dead by poison. The only apothecary in town is currently manned by someone no one recognizes. He likely supplied May the poison. The Jedi Yord suggests jumping him, taking him prisoner, and making him talk. This is a good idea, but the Jedi can't have good ideas, so it's shot down in favor of a retarded idea. Osha will pretend to be May, to get a confession out of him along with details about May. Osha hasn't seen May in 16 years. She has no idea how she talks, how she dresses, or how her appearance might have changed. May could have dyed her hair, or put on some weight, or gotten a scar. Maybe she got a limb lopped off. That tends to happen in the Star Wars universe. Osha also has no idea what kind of relationship May had with this guy. It's impossible for her to accurately imitate her long-lost sister.
It's just dumb!
They only get the info they need because the guy instantly starts expositing important details, even when he admits she's acting strange.
Dumb!
After they interrogate him, they just let him get away. They let him hang out in the apothecary with little to no supervision, and he sneaks away the next day.
That was easy.
This is so stupid, I barely know what to say. The Jedi ambush and surround May. She force pushes up a dust cloud and escapes.
That was easy.
Literally 1 episode ago, Soul said,
Your eyes can deceive you. We must not trust them. Connect to the Force. Have faith.
but he loses sight of May and that lets her get away. He can't take his own advice. Bro, use the Force to see her. Detect her feelings or some shit. If that's not bad enough, there's another Jedi hovering above in his ship with a giant spotlight on May. Somehow she loses sight of her.
What are you doing?
Why is it so easy to escape the Jedi? Aren't they meant to be enforcers of peace and justice across the galaxy? They're as effective as a bunch of mall cops, except even Paul Blart caught the bad guys. After May skedaddles, Vernestra commands Sol and Co. to return to Coruscant, even though they know May's next target is Master Kalnaka on Kofar.
We don't make decisions like this without meaningful discussion, Sol. We will see you soon.
They can have a discussion on their way to Kalnaka. You have holograms, remember?
I have convened.
They don't, and they all waste time going back to Coruscant, holding meetings, training some more, and only then sending a warning to Kalnaka. And oh look, he's fucking dead.
Good job.
As you can see, the Jedi are unreasonably incompetent. Why are they so shit? The show also wants to portray the Jedi Order as corrupt, but its execution is kinda muddled. The show is quick to tell the audience they're corrupt.
Jedi do not attack the unarmed.
Yes, you do.
I have faith in the Jedi.
Enjoy prison.
The Jedi justify their galactic dominance in the name of peace.
But what are we shown? When they arrest Osha under suspicion of killing Indara, Vernestra says,
If it were to become public that a former Jedi killed one of our own,
Our political enemies could use it against us.
she seems eager to convict Osha quickly and discreetly, to prevent this incident from being used against them. Although, later, this fear of unnamed political enemies is dropped in favor of fear of negative public perception.
the High Council would be obliged to inform the Senate. A scandal like this would inspire fear and mistrust. We should handle this ourselves.
I wish this was fleshed out more. It would make the Jedi's motivations clearer to the audience, making the stakes more concrete and their actions more reasonable. Regardless, it's a potentially interesting example of Jedi corruption. But I'm not sure it was intended, because Vernestra also says,
The evidence against her is strong.
as discussed before, no it ain't. She seems to honestly believe Osha is guilty at this point. This is reinforced when there's another attack while Osha is in custody, and Vernestra is quick to admit she's innocent. If Vernestra truly thinks she's guilty, then rushing to convict her is not an intentional act to make Osha a scapegoat, but yet more Jedi idiocy.
It's just dumb!
Speaking of characters being retarded, the show is abound with characters making bizarre decisions with little to no justification. Take Anisea, Osha and May's mother, for example. She's a character that continuously flip-flops her opinions and desires depending on what the writers want her to do in any given scene. She can't make up her damn mind about whether Osha is capable of deciding what she wants.
You think you want something different than life in this coven. But that is because you are young. Osha wants to do it.
Osha is a child.
She is old enough to know what she wants. Right now you want to be a Jedi. But as you grow, what you want, it changes, it shifts. You get to make a choice. Osha, if you want to pull the thread, then pull it.
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
She doesn't want Osha and May to become Jedi, and she wants the Jedi to get bent. Given the choices she makes, you'd think the Jedi were threatening to blow up the planet in exchange for the twins. But in reality, they give her every opportunity to refuse them. She just keeps agreeing.
You cannot deny that Jedi have the right to test potential Padawans, with your permission, of course.
The scouts will bring Osha to your camp at midday.
Both girls.
I want to be a Jedi, Mama.
I must discuss the situation with everyone here, but we will consider your wish when we do so.
Just say no, you dumb bitch. Maybe there'll be some added context later to warrant these decisions, but I doubt it. In conjunction with bizarrely motivated characters, everything is just so contrived and convenient. The writers always choose the laziest way to get to the next plot point. There's little consideration for believability or logic. When Osha is taken prisoner on a ship headed for Coruscant, the other prisoners immediately execute the fastest and easiest prison break I've ever seen. One of them turns off the droid pilots. He can just do that, I guess.
Oh my god! What's wrong with your face?
Then another one easily destroys the one droid on the whole ship assigned to watch the prisoners. They use its arm to open the cells and then bounce the escape pods, because I guess there's no emergency lockdown for the dangerous criminals during crises. Osha is left behind with another prisoner that's incapacitated by some parasite. She removes the creature, and he wakes up. And then, and I'm not kidding here, he goes crazy, pushes her down, jumps into the last escape pod, and dips without her.
That escalated quickly.
He's crazy enough to attack Osha and dash through the nearest door when he has no idea what's happening. But he's cognizant enough to pilot the escape pod quickly enough to ditch Osha. You can't have both. This is just silly. Then the ship has a horrible crash landing so bad the Jedi are certain Osha's dead. Not only is she not dead, she hasn't even a scratch on her.
It's just dumb!
Are we expected to take this shit seriously? This is episode 1, by the way. The show starts with this nonsense, and is teeming with this contrived garbage. Holy crap. So far, the Acolyte is shaping up to be hot garbage, but I suppose that isn't surprising at this point. What baffles me most is the sheer audacity of the writers to whip up something so lazily constructed. Things just happen, and there's often not even an attempt at a justification. The script feels like a first draft, where gaps in logic are left to be filled in later. Except that it went straight to filming and led to this disaster. Part 2 will include the rest of the season. I'll talk individual character journeys and the lore. Thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, consider supporting me via Super Thanks and Patreon. And check out my other stuff. Till next time.